According to ancient rumors, Cleopatra once declared, "No man shall ever find my tomb." But it wasn't really about gender, it was about ensuring that no living soul would ever disturb her eternal rest. If she truly meant that no human would ever locate her grave, then she was almost right. However, centuries later, one woman came closer than anyone before to uncovering the elusive queen's final resting place. Meet Kathleen Martinez, a criminal lawyer turned archaeologist. Her fascination with Cleopatra led her on an incredible journey, one that started with no official support, no experience in excavation, and no permission from authorities. All she had was an unshakable determination to uncover the truth about Cleopatra's tomb. Kathleen Martinez had always been exceptional. She skipped grades in school, mastered piano, chess, swimming, and martial arts, and grew up in an intellectually stimulating home where scholars debated history and philosophy. At just 19, she earned a law degree, but her passion for archaeology never faded. Ironically, she had never set foot in Egypt nor handled a single artifact. Yet, her obsession with Cleopatra was ignited by a simple argument with her father, Fausto Martinez, a professor and legal expert. It was 1990 when she entered his library searching for Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. Her father dismissed Cleopatra as nothing more than a seductress. Kathleen fiercely disagreed. She argued that history had been unjust to Cleopatra, portraying her through the lens of her Roman enemies rather than as the brilliant strategist she was. That conversation changed everything. From that moment on, Kathleen devoured every ancient text she could find, especially Plutarch's accounts of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. She became convinced that Cleopatra wasn't just a queen who made poor romantic choices, she was a master politician, a ruler fighting to maintain Egypt's independence. But one question kept nagging at her: what if everyone had been searching for Cleopatra's tomb in the wrong place? That thought stayed with her for years, even as she raised her second child and pursued a master's in archaeology. Her obsession with uncovering the truth about Cleopatra consumed her life, pushing her to take an extraordinary step. Most historians believe Cleopatra's tomb, along with the burial sites of 13 other Ptolemaic rulers, lies beneath modern-day Alexandria. But Martinez had a different idea. She believed Cleopatra was buried at Taposiris Magna, an ancient temple dedicated to Osiris, the Egyptian god of the afterlife. However, she needed proof, specifically an ancient foundation plate. These plates, about the size of a smartphone, were typically buried beneath temple structures and inscribed with details about their construction and purpose. If she could find a plate proving the temple was dedicated to Isis, Cleopatra's patron deity, she would have solid evidence to support her theory. Martinez and her team dug deeper than anyone had before. Their excavations uncovered coins bearing Cleopatra's face and name, proving her connection to the site. Then they discovered something even more intriguing: an underground water tunnel leading from the temple into the Mediterranean Sea. If parts of the temple had sunk into the water, could Cleopatra's tomb be down there as well? Martinez needed approval from Egyptian authorities to continue her search underwater. That's when she found what she had been hoping for: the missing foundation plate. It confirmed the temple was indeed dedicated to Isis, proving that she had been right all along. Determined to take her search to the depths of the sea, Martinez partnered with Robert Ballard, the legendary explorer who discovered the Titanic. With support from Egyptian officials, her team began scanning the waters off the coast of Alexandria. What they found was astonishing. Beneath the waves lay massive stone structures, some towering between 6 and 10 feet tall, remnants of a city lost to time. Among the ruins were basalt blocks, identical to those found in Cleopatra's temple, further confirming that this was once a thriving part of her kingdom. If Cleopatra's second temple had collapsed into the sea, could her tomb be waiting to be discovered beneath the ocean's surface? To understand why Cleopatra's tomb was so well hidden, we must look at her dramatic life. After her father, Ptolemy XII, died, Cleopatra was supposed to co-rule Egypt with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. At just 18, She was forced to marry her 10-year-old sibling, an uncomfortable but common royal practice. However, the brother-sister alliance didn't last. Young Ptolemy XIII wanted full control, attempted to exile Cleopatra. Instead of accepting defeat, she raised an army and marched back to reclaim her throne. During this time, Cleopatra forged a powerful political and personal relationship with Julius Caesar. In 47 BCE, she gave birth to Caesarion, widely believed to be Caesar's son. Despite her ongoing affair with Caesar, she later followed Egyptian tradition and married yet another brother, Ptolemy XIV, securing her hold on power. Cleopatra's bond with Julius Caesar was strong, so much so that when she visited Rome, she stayed not as a foreign ruler, but in Caesar's private villa. But everything changed in 44 BCE when Caesar was assassinated. Soon after, Ptolemy XIV mysteriously died. Many suspect Cleopatra had a hand in his demise, leaving her as Egypt's sole ruler. Then came Mark Antony, Caesar's former ally, who fell under Cleopatra's spell. The two had 3 children together and waged war against Caesar's heir, Octavian, for control of Rome. Their final battle at Actium ended in disaster. As Octavian's forces marched into Alexandria, Cleopatra locked herself inside her mausoleum, surrounded by gold, silver, and priceless art. Rather than be paraded through Rome as a prisoner, she took her own life, allegedly by the bite of an asp, though the true cause remains unknown. At just 39 years old, Cleopatra's extraordinary life came to an end. To this day, her final resting place remains one of history's greatest mysteries. But thanks to Kathleen Martinez, the world may be closer than ever to uncovering the lost tomb of Cleopatra.